Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And today, finally, we are taking a look at Scalar EQ. It is the first truly musical EQ, and we're going to do it right about now. Hello, welcome to the show. My name is Jade. This is How to App on iOS. I hope you're all doing good out there. What a big day yesterday was. Logic Pro came out. This show was pumped and excitable, and all the videos that followed were fantastic. Have you played with it? Have you messed about with it? Have you had a go with Scalar EQ with Logic Pro 2 for iPad, which is what it should have been called, not Logic Pro for iPad 2, because that makes it sound like it's Logic Pro for the iPad 2. Strange name, but hey, it's out and it's rad. There's lots of cool things. I've messed around with it all day yesterday, had a blast, and we're going to use it today in this demo. I hope everybody is doing well. Welcome to our Wart Warriors. You can become a Wart Warrior by clicking the join button down below for $1 a month, or the link down in the description gives you custom emojis and all that kind of stuff. And we are also on the drive for 4,000 subscribers by June 3rd, which is the 4-year anniversary of this show. So if you are watching on the replay, you get value out of this show, please hit the subscribe button. And if you don't like it, don't subscribe. That's cool too. Hitting the like, doing all that stuff helps as well. Let's say hello to people in the chat today. Thomas Christ, as always, slinging the links there. Boom, boom, boom. Fishy is here as well. G'day Thomas too, and g'day Fish. Ali's in the house. Who else do I see? Kim Harden Hudson says, blankets. I had my thumb surgery today. Hey, that's great news. I hope it heals really well. That's really good that you're getting that sorted out. Fantastic. There's one half of the Glens, Joe and Barry Glenn. They're both here. They're today's featured artists with their brand new track. We'll play that at the end of the show. Today, immediately after the show, is Pete Johns. He's doing, it's all the fours today. We need to get to 4,000 subs for the 4-year anniversary because Pete's doing a 4-hour stream on Logic. Good God. 4 hours. Pete's gonna love that by the end. Happy days. But as I said, today we're taking a look at Scalar EQ, and I'm very, very excited to be doing so. This app is fantastic. It is just outrageously good. Okay, let's start by doing the usual thing, and we're going to ode over to the music place called the Beat Community, where you can see here the only really big update that's been announced here is that Logic 2 is available now for the iPad, and it is really cool. Steinberg have a massive price drop on their all of their in-app purchases within Cubasis, and Cubasis is on sale as well. And keep your eyes peeled for Cubasis. I didn't say anything because there's some movement at the station. Yonic released King B organ. We'll be taking a look at that next week. Yonic has huge price drops. Hello, Future Phoenix to you. FAC Smash is currently on pre-order. I've already got it. We'll be taking a look at that next week. It's really, really cool. Let's jump over to price drops, and as you can see, Cubasis. All the Cubasises are on sale. They look like they're about $20 off for the main one for Cubasis 3. I want to say something, but keep watching this channel in a day or two because things are happening, yeah? BAM is on sale. K7D tape delays on sale. All of the Yonic apps are on sale. All of them. Every single one of them, I do believe. Studio Minis on sale, a whole bunch of stuff. Today we're taking a look at Scalar. It isn't, I think it's an introductory price. Let's take a look. A Scalar is introductory price, 30% off at $9.99 US. Scalar EQ. This is not Scalar, the piano chord one. This is an EQ. It's a musical EQ, completely different. It will go up to about $14.99. Awesome. So there it is there. You can also get this, of course, on desktop, on your Mac, on your Windows computer. It is currently on sale from Plugin Boutique. They are the distributors of Scalar. So it says it's by Plugin Boutique, but they are the main distributor. It's currently on sale, it looks like here, for $53.90 on the desktop variety of this. So there you go. That is that. We are going to open up a project and get into it, and I'll tell you exactly what it is. So as I said, we are using Logic today, and yes, I'm using the brand new drummer, the new bass, and the new piano player in here. So we've got a project with those characters playing, and we'll cover that in a second because it's quite fascinating, the difference between the auto drummer of old to now. It's so different. It's ridiculous. All right, so I have here, we've got a drum kit, we've got a bass, we've got a piano, we have 2 synths, and we also have, what else? We've got an acoustic guitar as well, and then some effects and stuff. We've got an electric guitar and some vocals that I'll bring in. Nearly all of these have Scalar EQ on them. You're not going to really hear what's going on, but you're going to hear the music, and then we're going to show you what it's actually doing to the music, this wonderful EQ, and tell you exactly what it is. So I'm going to shut up, hit the play button, and then we're going to run through this little loop here that I've made. Let's oge. Boom, there we go. So nice little demo, and you can tell by that because I'm singing and telling you it is a demo. Boom. So what is Scalar EQ? Scalar EQ is basically an EQ, but it is a little bit different than a normal EQ. It is a musical EQ. So it takes frequencies and it uses a scale. It uses a piano scale, and you can choose the scale, and it finds the frequencies by using musicality. Very, very unique, like nothing you'll ever hear. Let's open up a example of this. So we're going to focus on this one first. This is the Bell string pad, and this is what it looks like. This is Scalar EQ. Now, when you open it for the first time, let's just reset this. So we've reset it to nothing, and we'll hit play. These are the pads we've got playing. And we want to EQ this, but we want to give it some musicality, some more musicality. And what's really fantastic about Scalar EQ is not only can you use it as just a normal EQ, all that's in there as well. You can use it for mastering as well as that. And you can also use it to do sound sculpting and sound kind of really good for, you'll hear what I mean. So first what we need to do is just cover a few things here. Let's have a look at the interface and go over it so you understand where everything is. It can be a little bit confronting looking at it for the first time, but you know, you can see here it's got the basics of an EQ down here. we have 6 nodes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They can all be accessed by clicking up the top here with your mouse or your finger, and they will run through them. You can also access them by tapping on them down here and doing that. So that is how you reach all of your nodes. Of course, 1 and 6 are going to be your high and low shelves, yeah? And you notice something a little bit different with these shelves here. So compared to a normal shelf, things are just a little bit different. Now we'll come back to the shelves. Let's reset again. So that's how you get to your nodes. Now we have a detect a key, because you want to know what key your song's in. And this is so cool. With any track that you do this with, you can just hit play, click the detect key, and it will start detecting. It'll keep detecting until you let go. So the default is A minor / C major. Now when I stop this, it should give us the key. It's actually given us the wrong key. Now that is because we're using a pad. Now, which I've chosen a hard one for it to do. It actually is a C, and I can show you this. Let's jump over to, let's use this arpeggio. We'll use this one. Here we go. Do the right thing, jump out. I want to go to this one here, scalar EQ. I'm going to reset this, and we'll hit detect key for this. Hit stop, C major, A minor. So probably where I started that too. I started it in the wrong place, but it works like 99% of the time. You know, of course it doesn't work the first time I do it. That's the way it always goes, doesn't it? So now it's found our scale. So that's cool. We have a global button here. We'll come back to global. We've got scale switches. You've got 3 switches up here that you can switch between a song. So you can set 3 little scale switches. I'll show you how to automate that. We've got a mono frequency and a stereo width. Up here is the reset button. So if I hit reset, it will go back to the A minor. We know it's a C, so I'm just going to quickly choose the C. You've got some settings in here. We'll cover these too. So you've got note keys display, spectrum analyzer. You can have pre, post, or off. You've got a smart mode, which they suggest to leave off, but you can leave it on. Keep scale mode. So if you have keep scale, current scale set to on, it means when you change presets, it will remember the scales. If you turn it off, it will reset when you change the preset. So we'll leave that on. And you've got a nifty little about page here, which will pop up the first time you use this. And you can uncheck this so the tips go away. Cool. We have a side chain. This little side chain button, we'll get into that and get some side chaining happening. We've got a little question mark here. And when this is enabled, whenever you hover over something, you'll notice down here at the bottom, you get a handy dandy little explanation of what's going on. So you can see if I hover over this, it says down the bottom, scale. Browse the library of scales that will apply to the selected EQ band. If I go down here, down the bottom, it says shape. Select the shape for the selected EQ band. So you've got, best to leave this on so you can be reminded of whatever you hover over. Down below here is going to tell you what's happening. Hello, Leela. Welcome to the show. Boom. Let's go forward. And you've got a bypass. Really nice. Big button comes up to tell you that it's bypassed, and you can see that is going on. All right. Now we've got our C major scale selected. Now let's talk about the scale. And you can see up the top here, these are the notes within the scale. We've got C, D, E, G, A and B. All of these are highlighted. These are the notes that are in this scale. If I change this scale to a minor, you'll see these all change. We've got a D sharp in here. So it changes to what's going on. Let's do a G minor. You can see again, all of these change. So that is how you can see what scale you have. Now you can go in and select and add more if you want. So now you can make a chromatic scale, and you can see as we're filling these in, the keys are filling in up here, right? Let's go back. We'll reset and do an C major. So we are good to go. All right, so that is how you select your scale. And now we can go in here and start messing about with this, and we'll explain more as we mess about with these. So we'll start off with something simple. We'll start off using number 4. Now a normal EQ, let's show you, a normal EQ works by a peak. So if I hit play, it adds volume to the particular frequency that I'm moving this at, right? So this is a normal EQ. We can change the range. So this does work exactly like an EQ as well. Right? So we can move this around. And this is how, like the normal way you would use an EQ, you would find a frequency you don't like, and maybe get up here and go, I don't like that. I'm going to pull that out of the mix, or you just add a little bit in this mid to high frequency range. You know, most people know how to use an EQ, yeah? But where this is different is we have down here these options. If we click down here, you've got your typical stuff, low cut, low shelf, high shelf, and this is your peak. So these are all your standard EQs if you just want to do normal EQing. But where this is different, it is the harmonic peak. Watch when I change to harmonic peak. It becomes like this tooth, so this set of teeth. And this is, if I lift it up, this is in the notes of the scale. So all these points here are the notes within this scale. And watch what happens when we bring this in now to the music. So you're starting to get like a shimmer in the key of what we're playing because it's set to C major, A minor. So we're only raising the frequencies that are within the scale. This is why this is a musical scale. So instead of, this is the thing with EQing. People EQ and they find a peak in the song. Let's go back to our peak. And they might say, I don't like that frequency there, and they pull it out. It doesn't sound right to their ears, but they may be pulling out the melody, the musicality of the mix just because they've heard that frequency. And if they move it slightly, a fraction, they'd be getting the right note. So this is like no other EQ. Now, the difference is here too, watch. Let's give it a bit of width. So you can add width down here. So you've got all these controls. You can move the frequency down here, left and right. You can add gain or minus with these, or you can just drag it like I am with my finger, right? But you have these additional sections here. So range will give you a lot more musicality in that range there by pulling down. You have width, which will make it across a wider set of octaves, right? Because you can see the piano scale up here getting wider and shorter. So now if we hit play, watch how wide this is. Hear how nice that is? Because it's all within the scale. Let's turn off. Really nice stuff. But it gets better because we'll pull this range down over here. This range over here, we'll put that up a little bit. When you're above the line, it's all in the scale. But watch what happens when I go below the line. It comes down and they actually change to all of the notes out of scale. And I can show you this by playing the music. Let's play it. And you can see the sections here, how they're in line with all of these peaks. They're playing to the peaks because this is the musicality. These are the notes. But if I pull this down, watch what happens. Now, all the notes, all these little moving parts here are in between all the points because we're removing all of the wrong notes. Beautiful stuff. And why is this good? To remove some of these negative frequencies with the incorrect notes, you can hear the difference. Like the musicality is so much nicer. All of those inharmonic frequencies are gone. Let's do a really big one. It just cleans up the mix really nicely. Now you can automate this stuff as well, which is just, oh my God, it's so nice. You can automate. Give me a sec here, guys. So as you start lifting nodes up, you can change the width of these, the Q, so you can make it very wide. Listen to that. It's beautiful. Okay, so hopefully you're starting to get an idea of how this works. Now, let's talk about the magic shelves. So most of you know you've got a high shelf and low shelf, what you would normally see in an EQ, but notice the difference with this, how there's these two sections, two different shaded sections. So with the magic low shelf here, so the shape behaves similarly to a low shelf, but it takes into account the signal's stereo sound, right? And it gives you a mid and a side. So we've got a mid and a side. So it's taking into account stereo. So just the beauty of this for polishing stuff is way beyond a normal low and high shelf. Let's pull out some of these frequencies down here. I mean, you can even move this across into the magic shelves and take out harmonics out of here. It's just beautiful. Let's turn it off and hear the difference. So you can really hear the musicality, just that beautiful shimmer in there. Wonderful stuff. Okay, let's reset it again and make sure we'll go back to our C major. Now, you can change the nodes down here. So we'll stay on 4 for the moment, and down here we have our mode selector. So there's not only do we have this harmonic peak, down here we have harmonic peak plus minus. So with this one, when we lift, it automatically removes the inharmonic frequencies at the same time. So we'll hit play. Hi Princess, hi Many Vibes. So really nice, there's that one. Let's flick back here to our harmonic peak and show you something else. So what you can also do is you'll notice up here we have this lock scale mode. We can turn this off. So now pay attention to this section here when I turn this off. Now it is only giving us all of the out of scale notes here. So we can like add all of the wrong notes. Why is this good? You're probably asking, why would I want to add the wrong notes in the scale? Well, you can find them. You can really whittle this down with our window and our Q. And this is a good way to find them. Like, say I don't want this one. This is the one I don't like. And you can then pull down and actually find those inharmonic notes that are very offensive and pull them down. We can solo this now and hear what's being taken out. So you've got a little solo button down here on your panel. Let's turn on the scale. So this is what you would be adding. Really beautiful. Right, let's explain this a little bit more in detail. So when I turn off in scale, you'll notice this goes to the incorrect notes. And then, but if I pull this down now, it's flipping to the right notes. Okay? So if you're doing this, you need to turn off flip harmonics. So then this is all in the incorrect scale, and it stays that way when I pull it down. So this is the way you want to do to find those horrible things that you don't want in there and pull them down. And you can turn these on at any time. Now, also, all of these nodes have individual settings. So I can go in here and, I can change the width of number 2. I can actually even go in and change the scale of these as well. I can go in and do that too, which is quite unique. And that is done by looking at the global scale. So if I turn off this global scale, now I can go into 4 and make 4 C major. Then I can go into 2 and I could make this a C minor. I think I'm doing this right. No, I'm not doing this right. Oh, yeah. So C major, this point, and this point C. So the global button up here, when it's on, keeps everything in scale, all these points in scale, but you can actually go in here and change all of these to different scales. And I'm sure there's a case in point for doing this as well. So as you can see, flicking through these nodes, they all have their own scale. Pretty neat. Let's turn on the global again. And now all these, we'll just do a reset, bring everything back to C. Oops, that was silly. Clicked the wrong button, C major. And now all of these nodes are back to a global scale. So really, really cool. All right, what else do we need to cover in here? We need to cover as well, let's hit play because not only do we have the ability to do all this, we have down here a dynamics for each of these nodes. If we click through all of the nodes, they all have a compressor. And you've got a threshold, you've got a ratio, attack, release. So you've got your own compressor in here. Let's hit play. So you can now see the compressor working on this. Nice visual of it moving in there. We pull down that threshold, you'll see a lot more of that happening. Not only that, do we have a compressor for each node, but we can change the stereo of this as well, of this node. We can change it to a mid, or we can change it to a side. So just amazing stuff. We'll stick with the stereo for this. We could go into node 5, bring this up, tighten this up, give this a mid, and you can hear what's happening with this one. So you can hear this is a mid. Let's give you this is a side, and this is a stereo. Let's add a bit of magic. So you can see when I click on the nodes, if you've got it soloed, it shows you straight away what is being cut, what is being added. So let's add some magic. Take out some of these inharmonics. We'll add a compressor to it. Let's turn it off and have a listen. Isn't that beautiful? Really beautiful. You can go subtle as you like, or you can go over the top. Completely up to you, you know. All right, we are at the halfway part of the show, my friends, and we got a whole lot more to get through. So I'm busting my ass because today Pete's going straight after me. Halfway through the show, we run an ad. Yeah, run the ad. If you want to avoid the ad, become a YouTube Premium subscriber, or just click through, hit the skip, come back. And while we're waiting for those who may have got served an ad, let's tell you what's happening for the rest of the week on the show. Tomorrow, I can't tell you what's happening because it's a surprise. I've got an NDA. Tomorrow, something big is coming. Come and join me tomorrow to see what it is. It's something really big. The day after that, though, is very, very, very exciting because we have all the way from the US and just fresh off her UK tour, one of the vocalists who made The Voice Season 20 in America. This is Savannah Woods. She's coming on. She's just got back from the UK, just starting her US tour, and she's offered to come and spend some time with us. We're going to hear her music, get to know her a little bit. She's so talented. I am so excited to have her on the show. Also, we are taking a look at the day after KA Mini Percussions, Chinese percussive instruments. That's going to be rad. And this week's opening hour is something super special because I've been playing with Logic, and Logic has a stem splitter and it takes vocals out of songs so well. So I am doing an absolute and utter first time only of some of the songs I've always wanted to sing, a Mr. Bungle tribute show. It is going to be off the tap, my friends. Let's come back over to Logic and look further at this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful app. Okay, so there's been a bunch of updates with this thing as well. Let's talk about some of the little sections up the top here, because not only can we, let's hit play on this again. You also have up the top here a stereo width. Listen to that. So we can add some stereo width. Now remember, these are so independent. No, they're not independent. I think when it's set to global, let's check. Does it work that way? I think it's not in. Is it independent? I thought it was independent. Let's have a look. See if I move that and then move this. No, so it's not independent. It's a global stereo width. And next to that, we have a mono frequency. What is this? So this will make anything under these hertz mono. Beautiful for mastering and mixing. And you can go up to a total of 500 hertz. So if I set this to about 186, anything below 186 hertz will be mono. And we can go into the minus with the stereo width as well, which will pull it all mono. Let's listen to it off. Beautiful, beautiful. Hey, Hugh, what's going on? Really, really beautiful stuff. So as you could see then, I was taking my finger and sweeping this across, right? And you're getting that resonating sweeping sound. I know you're asking, would I be able to like automate that? We're in Logic, of course you can. Let's show you how to automate something like this and get a sweep across, because it's definitely a fun thing to do. So I'm just going to bring down Scalar for a second. We're going to go into this track and we need to select automation. So let me go full screen so you can see how to do this. This is the automation tab up here. So now we have our automation set. You can see we've got our line and I want to automate this. So what we're going to need to do is go over here. You'll see we can select Scalar and we need to find, what was it? Node 3. So, no, you're not letting me scroll. Why am I not able to scroll? There we go. So we need to look for node 3, which will be gain. I'm sure it's under G. Is it under G? Should be under G. Gain 3. Whoops, I had it there and I lost it. So that is what, and you can automate any of this stuff, right? So there's our F, gain 3 we want. So I'm going to select gain 3. And now that is selected. And now we need to change our read to touch, right? So if we take this back to the start, and if I bring this up here, big enough so you can see the automation being written in. Now, all you need to do once you've done this, look, it's moving about. It's having a fit. There we go. It's settled. Right. So it's at the start. All I need to do is hit play and then start moving my finger on this node here and watch the automation get play. So we're going to hit play. Hit stop, and we change this touch back to read. And now when we can turn off the automation now, I'll show you it actually happening. So now, without using my hands, that automation is now written into the song. Beautiful, huh? Now we can close automation. Hi, Bill. I didn't see you there, Bill. And that automation is written in. Fantastic. So remember, you can have multiple automations running and stuff like that. So because you've got the ability to add another line of automation, you can keep going if you want and do all that kind of stuff. Let's talk about side chaining. Let's get some side chaining happening. So we've got this automation happening. Now I want to side chain something. So I'm going to reset all of this. Let's just hit, let's bring up our automation. Just going to do an undo. We'll get rid of that automation. You've seen how to do it now. That's good stuff. Let's sidechain something. So we have number 4 here. I want to sidechain the drums into this. So sidechaining is, if you don't know, sidechaining takes the sound of another track, like drums, like a kick drum going doof, 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 doof. And it takes that doof, and every time it hears that doof, the volume drops. Okay, the volume drops. So that's what a sidechain is. I don't have time to explain the full ins and outs of it. There are plenty of places you can go to learn what sidechaining is. I've talked about it many times on here. To sidechain, we have drums. So I need to set up sidechain. So how do we do it in Logic? First up, you'll see up the top here, within Scalar in Logic here, it says sidechain. So we need to find the drums. I'm going to find the instrument, and I'm sure it's this one, SoCal, instrument 1, which is one of the new drummers. And then I need to turn on sidechain. Now that this is SC up here, now that the sidechain is on, make sure our dynamics are on here. And now if I hit play, can you see what's going on here? Watch here. I've still got some automation going on for some reason. I don't know why that is. Let's see why the automation's still there. Oh yeah, the original. Let's just turn this off. We'll put. Can we delete it? Oh, there it is. Let's delete all this sidechain stuff. Yoink. And can you do a mass selection? No. Nice. Oh, let's do a. Is there a delete here? No. I want to delete it all, you motherfucker. I don't even know how to delete sidechain. I'm going to just turn it off. That makes sense. There we go. So let's get back out of here. Okay, so what's happening is, look at the EQ. Here's the drums. Let's play the drums. It's this one. Can you see in here? See how this is moving to the drums? So it's taking the data from the drums, the sound, and it's compressing it to the actual beat. We can control the threshold of it. So now you can see it a little bit better. We can turn it up a bit. So side chaining is a breeze, and you can side chain into anything on here, yeah? Very, 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 very neat, all right? Side chaining, easy to do, super easy to set up. You just go up the top here, find what you'd like it to be the input, and we chose the drums. You can choose whatever you want, really, and that will be the control of your dynamics. Let's turn off side chaining. We'll go out here and hit none. So there's your side chaining. Okay, let's talk about changing a scale halfway through, because this is really, really cool. Now, in the latest update here of Scalar EQ, you'll notice these things are called scale switches. And you can halfway through a song change the scale. So we can just say that you have a section of the song, like a middle section, that goes to a different scale. You would select number 2 here, and let's just say it goes to a G major, right? So now when I click between these two scales, you can see the switcher, you can see them changing. But how do I automate this? I want to automate this in my song. I can't sit here while the song's playing and hit the switcher. You can automate it in the track. So let's show you how to do that. We're just going to bring this down a little bit. Again, we're going to go to automation. And up here, so we're going to click on our track. We're going to go to automation. Make sure we're selected. Did I turn off automation? I did. Good God, you are a dumb shit. Why can't I bring it back? Why can't I bring back automation in here? Because, you know what? Oh, it's not because I'm on the wrong track. Am I? No. I don't even know what I'm doing now. Let's try it. Oh, there we go. Automation. Can we do it on this one now? Yes, automation. So let's just go here. We're on the right track. Automation. So what we can do in here, we can choose we can go to scalar, and what we want to look for is switcher, right? Because we've got 3 switches. So if I scroll, again, why is this not, my scrolling not working? Brother. Scalar. Okay. So we're looking for something with 3 numbers in it. Maybe it's under switcher, under S. I can't remember where it is. Scale switch. See that? Oh, fuck me. So we're looking for scale switch, yeah? If I can get to S again. There it is there, scale switch. And you'll notice what happens when I pick scale switch, we get 3 numbers. We get a number 1 next to it, right? So if I do this, make sure that's set there. We move this to here, and I change this to scale 2. You can actually draw this in. So then we can take this point here. Oops, let's put in a point. Let's put in a point there. This point over at the end will be scale 1. Fucking dude, don't do that. This one will be, we'll change this to a 2. And this one we'll put in here. Good God. And that one will be a 2. So I should be able to click. Dude. Fucking hell. You can put your scales in here. I don't know why it's because I have this off. Read. Let's paste in. There we go. Turn off this. We can make this number 2. And we can make this one number 1, right? So you can go in and do your scale switching like this. And then when it plays, now I'm doing it all wrong. I'm in all sorts today for some reason. But that is the way you do it, kind of, sort of. I'm running out of time, man. I've got too much shit to do. And if we look at our scalar, it will switch between them. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. I love it when a demo goes wrong. That is what it is. What can you do? let's remove these. But that is essentially how you set up you can set your switches so it switches between them and all that stuff. Let's delete these. Goodbye. Delete. So scale switching is absolutely 100% possible here. Okay. What's next? What else do I have to cover? Jesus Christ, so much. So much. Let's talk about something like rain effects or stuff like that, and then we'll go through some patches and stuff like that because we need to cover that. So in this track, I have some rain, right? Let's show you. So with effects, you can create some really interesting things like soundscapes. Let's turn off scalar and hit play. This is just some rain. And we're bypassed. But what I can do is, let's reset this. We want a C major. We can actually give this rain musicality. We'll give it some magic high shelf and low shelf magic. Pretty amazing, yeah? To give something like an effect like that some musicality. It's just really nice. But here's this. Let's turn off scalar in this track and let's create a bus, because using buses with scalar is really, really cool as well. So in here, what we're going to do is we're going to hit the plus sign, and in this rain track here, I'm going to create a send and create a new bus. And in this bus, I'm going to put scalar. So here's our new bus over here. Let's hit the plus over here. Plus, what do we need to do? There. And we want to add an effect in here. So we want to add scalar into our bus. And then we want to turn up this so it's sending, the rain is sending sound to our bus. So now, in our bus, give me a sec. So now we're adding it as an effect, right? But if we turn down scalar, if we turn down the setup, turn that off. If we turn down our effect, we can make this dominate. We can just get the effect of the let's turn this up. And we can take out the music and we can create rhythmic stuff. So this is really, 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 really cool. What else can we do here as well? So you can use scalar as well in something like a bus. Just say you've got a bus track with some reverb and delay. You can throw it on that bus track and really clean up some of the you can clean up some of those effects. So really handy for doing stuff like that. Sorry, I got a bit lost here. There's so much I've got to get through in an hour. It's impossible. I think we've covered nearly everything of stuff like that. Let's go in here and show you with some drums. We'll solo this and show you what was going on at the start. Really cool what you can do with drums. So we have a scalar in here, scalar EQ. And you can hear now the drums have a musicality to them. super, super rad. Now also, let's talk about presets, because there are so many presets, guys. You've got drum presets. Now you'll notice this is just a typical EQ setup here, because you can EQ just like a normal EQ, yeah? Well, this is a mixture, this one, a musical snare. So you can use a mixture of normal EQ with music, musicality. There are so many things. You've got bass stuff, drum stuff, guitar stuff, mastering stuff. So if you want to master something, you can just use this as a mastering tool, yeah? Sound design. Even for things like guitar, for an electric guitar, let's get out of this. We'll solo the electric guitar in here. Look at the difference it makes to something like a metal guitar. Yeah. So we'll go over to here, scaler. We'll bypass this. Let's play this guitar. And now let's turn on scaler. You hear those harmonics come out of there, and they're all in the right scale. Now it's subtle as hell, but why is this good? This is really perfect for like making a guitar cut through a track. You know, this is removing all of these inharmonic frequencies out of here and really helping this cut through. Let's play it again. Now let's turn it off. On. So you're going to get instruments cut through heaps more, and to be able to combine it with a normal EQ is just fantastic. What else do we have in here? We've got a piano. Let's solo this, give you a quick sample of this. You get the idea, hopefully. I'm going to jump out of this project now, and we're going to load up a song, because there's mastering. You can do an overall master with this as well. So let's detect the scale of this song. This is a song of Russ's. I'm going to hit play. Let's reset this. And if I hit play, in fact, let's move this to where the song actually kicks off, to about here. And I'm going to hit detect key. And let's see if it can find the key of the song. And hit play. Let's hit stop. So it's detected that's a C sharp minor / E major. Let's have a look and see how that sounds. Let's introduce node 4. Wow. Let's turn it off. you've also got mastering presets in here as well. So if we head over to our masters, let's an 80s enhance. Let's have a listen to a few. So, I mean, this is a huge all-rounder. I mean, it can do so much. Oh, I forgot up here too, we've got a limiter as well. So you can turn on, you've got a limiter for the output and a limiter for the input by turning these on. And let's pump up some volume out of this if you want to do a master. Now with your sound here, this is an RMS and a true peak, is it? I can't remember. We can give some more volume on the out here. Pretty nice. Turn it off. So an incredible piece of kit, yeah, and it is $10 on iOS. So $40 less than using it on your Mac and desktop. It will go up to $14.99, so grab it now if you're going to want to get into it. Side chaining, key switching, I mean, there's so much. Auto detecting. You can close this little toolbar out if you don't want it. Bring it back down here. It's just a fucking beautiful app. I love it so much. We got to get out of here. I'm running so late, but, you know, hey, I tried to get through as much as possible. You'll definitely see me using this in the future because it is just that good. Today's featured artist that we're going to close out with today is, of course, Joe and Barry Glenn. This is their brand new track that they've just released called The Bridge. Pete Johns is up next with a 4-hour Logic Pro. I'm going to run a little bit over time, but, you know, he's just going to be yammering at the start. So let's play Joe and Barry Glenn's new track. Pinned comment up the top if you want to go and check out their music. It is The Bridge. I mastered it. Let's rock and roll. Joe, Barry, Glenn. Let's do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better. And we'll all rise together. Stay awake. Bye. Where's the sound? Oh my God. Shall we try that again? Shall we try it again? We'll try one more time. God, man, I give up today. This is what happens when you're rushed. Are we good? No. YouTube has no sound for me. No. There we go. See ya.
Voices calling me, voices that I hear. The bridge, it is hungry, for life it does yearn. Cross to the other side, never to return. The lady walks into the mist, her purpose seems so clear. It does call out to her, nothing to fear. The mist it lifts her, her feet do not touch the ground. To the edge she is carried, she falls without a sound. sound. Do not take heed. Do not take heed. The day has been so peaceful. My mind it is content. The darkness is creeping in. The sun's warmth it is spent. Something does not feel right. I fear to be alone. The mist that is creeping in. Now I must be gone. That I hear, carried on the fetid air. Voices, many voices, crying out in despair. Tonight when I rest, the voices will deny my sleep. The voices crying out to me from the water, dark and deep. I sense danger, danger everywhere. I sense danger, danger and despair. The bridge calls out its need. Close your ears to the sound. Do not take heed.